I'm gonna say what it is, bro. No, I don't trust science at all. Cause we've already went leaps and bounds. These people, it's a problem when you want to figure out everything. You lose yourself when you want to figure out everything. And when I say this, I don't mean in a spiritual way. If you want to figure it out in a spiritual way, God will tell you in a way that you can understand it and have some reverence for it. But the way science teach you is barbaric. You don't believe me? What, they ain't barbaric to the goddamn wildlife, us, the planet, the goddamn weather? These motherfuckers, if there is a space, they even want to go out to space and corrupt that motherfucker. Can you imagine? People think like this, bro. And more people are starting to think like this because it's getting more and more of a crowd. They think because people have grown lazy, and even me, I am lazy. But I just understand certain things. I might not even do it. I just understand. And I'm going to say something. Hopefully it helped me. You know what I'm saying? Us letting them grow all our food, give us all this technology. And you wonder why suicides are going up. You wonder why all the violence. You wonder why, because they not building. That's not real relationship. That's not real. Sure, you thinking motherfuckers send you some money, that's real. That's not the realest thing a motherfucker can do. God already told you what the realest thing a person could ever do for another person. And a lot of us ain't up there. I get that part. Like, we don't want to exactly die. We'll only die for certain people. But we're not supposed to be scared or fearful. It's really just a stand up for right, bro, and that's hard in itself. Why? Because it can fuck you over. But it's just like, it's like this. God be watching, man. The fucked up part is you don't know he's there. If you knew he was watching you, I can't say that. Because I still do fucked up shit. But it's just like, I ain't finna demean myself so far that he won't talk to me anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. I just don't see the like point in that. It does not help me. And I know everybody wants to stay stuck in their sins. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about you see how this is playing. Don't act like it's a lie. That's what I'm saying. People do everything they can do to try to beat God. Scientists, everybody, only to have to come back to God and try to invert it. This is what they do. They don't want to say it's God. They want to say Big Bang. Then they want to say, well, it's other dimensions and everything to get around what he's saying. We already knew. Everybody, we're getting dumber. We already knew entities visit this planet. I'm just not going to call them aliens. Everybody already knew. And for the scientists to tell you it's a possibility, you seem stupid. Because everybody already knew. It don't matter how far you go back in time. So that's why I say we're dumber. And we don't even understand some of this stuff. Or at least they tell you we don't. They say they don't understand how the pyramids were built so perfectly. Well, it would make sense if they already had the technology. But why you ain't see metal things? Because it didn't work that way at that time. You're actually housing the enemy at this point. It's not like you doing spiritual things and voodoo and all this other stuff that they used to have back in the past. Now it's science. Now it's so-called knowledge. But that's all we are doing is destroying the society and bringing it into full control. Of something we don't even know what it is. Well, I know what it is. Why these people want to watch you? Why you got to live life like this? I'm talking about you born into a prison you can't see. This is what they tell you. This is how they teach you. You born into a prison you can't see, touch, or smell. Because it's in your mind, bro. It's in your ideology. Everything they tell us is actually kind of fucked up. Most of the millionaires that was made did not do this through college. They didn't. No, that tells you. It tells you no. And so we don't train our own kids. We don't give them the goddamn knowledge that we got, and the shit is just really fucked up, bro. We'd rather send them off to school and let them learn some shit. They basic fundamentals you're gonna use. But the higher up you get, unless you going in that field, you're not gonna use it. Basic fundamentals is how the world works. If you was trying to build an ark, you would need to know math. But that don't mean you got know how it's gonna rain. You be saying, how does it actually rain? That's a waste of time if you got to build an ark. I don't know how it's gonna rain for 30 days, 30 nights. It's actually probably longer, but I don't know. But it is what it is. But don't think it can't. I just seen it rain for like 5 days straight. So it's possible. It's a lot more possible too. Like all of that frozen ice. It's still there. They go in the ice, they tell you, yeah, when we go down deep enough, this shit older than mother. Alright, they gonna tell you the right time. Really would. From what I hear, Jewish time is shorter. And we will do it by any time. You should do it by Jewish time. because that's the person that's sponsoring the people that's making the buck. Straight up. So if you do it, and then every year would be shortened so much, you wouldn't even understand what time is. Also a mathematical equation. Because all Jewish people, I'm not gonna say where the white people or the Jewish people or that, because I couldn't tell you how they look for real. But I can't tell you everything descended from black. Straight up. You want to know how? Because they tell you. How do you make white? Now, how do you make black? If you take every color and put it in that motherfucker, it's going to be black. This is why they name it this way. This is why they do it this way. Because they're trying to tell you the truth and the lie at the same time. And that's also for the name, because black people aren't really black. You have to be straight Nigerian. So this is just a name they get. Everything sprung up just like they wanted to. But like I say, white people gonna take some. But this, if you understand the deception of these people, that don't mean all white people are bad. It just means that we grew up in a mindset that ain't right. And we really are all tribes. One chooses to come over here, one chooses to go over there, it doesn't matter. America try to make a melting pot of everything. But it's they do it themselves, and they did it more than black people than anything. That bitch. First of all, break black families up. They said, goddamn, what is it, DHS? No, not DHS, DT, the Department of Children and Families. These motherfuckers came to motherfuckers' house just to make sure the nigga wasn't there. And you going through that, and you going through crackademic, you going through so much shit. And it took a lot to break black people. It really did. They broke them. And I ain't gonna say all of them, but if you ain't gonna stay on the path, if you lean to the left or you lean to the right, you ain't gonna be on the path. You ain't gonna be on the path. The whole point. The whole point is really God, but we don't understand it. We are so concerned with everything going on in our life. I can tell you it'll never change it. But we finna fight. Even white people. All these motherfuckers. If you think the people that came up with white supremacy is loose. That's why she want to band back together with other white countries. That's why Donald Trump wanted to do it and everything. He's letting them know the white race is in trouble. There's gonna be a truth. Cause that's your worst fear, bro. One thing I can say, bro, when you mix another race with another race, bro, you be coming out with the most beautiful things you ever seen. Not to say it should be done, just saying that's how it come out. For real, you can't mix black with anything. Nothing, because they go back to the original tone. And the crazy part is we love yellow skins. We love like the Dominicans. We black people just like all of them because we've been made with them. Can't say they're growing a bigger force because we're not supposed to do it. Not to say that black people are just refined to black people. Israelites are refined to Israelites. They just don't notice all the time. And God isn't exactly a hater. Like if it's already your wife, it's already your wife. But I still agree. But this is what God said. God said it's not like some rich man ain't gonna make it to heaven. It was a lot of people that was rich. David was even rich. David had bread. He was a king, for God's sakes. He had money. It's not like you can't do it. It's just like rich people, they don't. If you look in the current environment, rich people can't trust poor people. They fuck with other rich people, maybe the middle class. But the middle class is now like the begging friend. It's just how it is. It ain't no love in it. And you look at it from any kind of dynamic, you'll see the same thing. But what I would say to rich people, I would ask them a question. Why exactly do you want to be rich? And then I would just let them, God tell them after that. I want to know is why. And but that's why we spend money faster. Because life ain't about money. I want to see the happiness on my wife's face. I want to see the happiness on my kid's face. Money is not everything. But you got to have rules. That's what they're doing. They're tearing apart the old rules and making new ones. And that don't even agree with the goddamn people that's running it. Well, not running it, but in your household running it. People that's running it don't give a fuck. They said they was going to unite the world. Lord of the Rings. And they dead serious. And look at the COVID shit. Does it not further their goals? You can believe in the COVID or not. But does it not do their goals? If you really think about it, they can depopulate motherfuckers while they achieve their goals. So it's like it's a win-win for them. They ain't finna stop the panic. They ain't finna stop nothing. For what? They own everything anyway. You be hearing about these motherfuckers buying out companies and shit, but you ain't keeping track of it. They own everything. Shit. What was it, a couple years ago they were talking about putting farmers out of business. So that's all you can buy is they shit. And they gonna make it look crazy on the world stage. It's not our fault. It's China's fault. It's not our fault. Boy, humans are dumb. But I'm gonna end this bitch, bro. For one, I'm hungry the mother. I'm out.